Hello you guys and welcome to Vlogmas. This is Vlogmas Day 18. I'm a little bit annoyed because my last Vlogmas video, not last one but the one before that, I'm uploading the one before this one. But the one before that one, day 16 I believe, like took forever to upload, like it wouldn't upload, and so I just finally got it uploaded today. So day 16 and 17 got uploaded the same day, like within like an hour of each other. Well, 17 still uploading, so we'll see how long it takes, but whatever. 16 should have been uploaded at the beginning of the day. It got uploaded literally the end of the freaking day. But what can you do? What can you do? Sometimes they just literally take forever. Whatever. But I got my drawing for my sister done. So I don't have to do that anymore. I'm glad about that. I am just now like at a point where I could chill now, because I was like trying to get the freaking thing to upload, and like I had to like stay on YouTube, do certain things, and then I was like trying to work on editing the other video, which I had to type a decent amount out for that because I finished my Advent book for that, you know. But I figured I would sit here and tell you guys also about the Advent, because I don't think I like got to talk about it enough. I just kind of like quickly wrapped it up real quick because, well, to be honest, okay, so this was supposed to be done, and I'll put it over here. I'm gonna put the summary or whatever over here. This was supposed to be finished on the 14th. The idea was it's an Advent. We do 2 this month, so we do day 1 to 14th, that book, and then day 15, 14, whatever, to the 25th, we do the second book. But it was just like, it was getting to a point where it was kind of boring, and so like my mom like stopped reading it because she's like, I'm gonna fall asleep while I'm at work if I read this. And then I stopped reading it for a couple days, and then I was like, I was 68% in whenever I like stopped reading it for a couple days, and I was like, oh, I'm not letting this book be a DNF. Not when I'm this close to the end of the year and I'm trying to get as many books done on my reading challenge that I can get. So it's just a whole thing, okay? And so we ended up not reading for a couple days. She said I'm done, so I was like, okay, that's fine, you whatever. Well, she didn't say I'm done, but I like finally finished it, and then she was like, can you just tell me so I don't have to read it? And so I did tell her. Basically, I thought I would give a little summary. I have the summary here that you can just read if you don't want to listen to me out about it, but I'm going to sit here and tell you guys about it. I put 3 stars on here, but now that I'm thinking about it, I think it's 2 stars. So I'm going to actually, before I put it on here, I'm going to actually change the fact that it's 2 stars, because that is not correct. So we're gonna take a star away before I show you guys it, because that is not, no. So for me, you might be like, well, if you hated it, why'd you give it 2 stars instead of 1? For me, a 1 star is I DNF'd. I could not finish the book. I'm pretty sure I changed. It used to be that way. I changed my like rating for a while. So like it used to be the same thing for like a couple years, and then sometime throughout like this year, like in the middle of the year, I think, I changed my rating system, and I don't really remember it too well. I'm pretty sure 1 star is a DNF. I'm pretty sure 2 stars is a, I read this book and I finished it, did not like it though. 3 stars is, I read it and I like it, but it's not like great. And 4 star is, oh yeah, I liked this book. I really like this book. 5 stars is what's gonna be like, oh, this is my favorite book. Like, I'm obsessed with this book. So, because for a while, it was like, 4 was just like books I liked in general. And it was like, I had so many books in 5 stars. And I was like, that's not, no. So, we're not gonna do that. So, I changed it up. But anyway, 2 stars. If it wasn't an Advent book, and if it wasn't me trying, like, if I had already gotten close to my goal for this year, and I was like, oh, I don't really need to read books, I probably would have maybe not finished it. But 1, I've told you guys about it, and 2, I need more books for my reading challenge. Because right now, after this book, and I finished Harry Potter as well, I told you guys about that, and after I finished Off to the Races as well, which I have to look, I might have a book missing on my reading challenge, but I'll have to look in a second. I have 32 books read, okay? In order to get to what I want, I'd have to read another like 18 books. That's not gonna happen. I'm just trying to get a little bit closer to my goal of 52 books, I believe. Or is it 50? I can't remember. But yeah, I'm basically like 18 books away from getting my goal, but that's fine. Normally I care a lot. This year I'm like, I don't know, whatever. But basically a little summary as you read it here, whatever. Jody is a detective. She was a detective and now she's a chef. She gets hired by a girl she's known for a little bit named Lily. Lily is the one who like says to a guy named James, like, hey, you could hire this girl. I know her. She's a chef now. Like, she's good, you know? And so James is the one that's like I think he's the one that kind of like runs the parties, but Isaac is the one who throws, like, he's the one paying for everything and stuff like that. So she's there with Lily, James, Isaac, and then also she's with her mom and her daughter. Her mom and her daughter really don't do anything to the story. Okay, so we're not even gonna mention them in this little synopsis, okay? Is that what it's called? Anyway, and so she's hired to cook at this Christmas party. Isaac is the one, whatever. Tragedy strikes when they are first snowed in. So they're now snowed in, they cannot leave the house. The only person that gets to leave the house is Pippa, because Pippa can walk across the street to her little house that is like literally just, she can walk there, so she doesn't have to worry about driving anywhere. So the only person that leaves is Pippa, okay? So 1, they get snowed in. 2, they wake up in the morning and Santa Claus, who spent all night getting drunk AF, causing ruckus, everything, is dead. So they're trying to figure out who killed Santa Claus. First she thinks it's this random couple. She like gets a fishy vibe from them, whatever. In the middle of like her explaining that she gets a weird vibe from them, they also find out that Isaac was supposed to be in the room that Santa Claus was in. So he's actually supposed to be the one that was killed, okay? And so that kind of changes it a little bit. But we find out that the couple isn't actually a couple, and it's a journalist and her bodyguard. The reason why she's there is she's trying to get dirt on Isaac. And James, who Isaac knows everything, he's the one who like was hiring everyone for the party, whatever. James stole from Isaac, from the charity bank account that Isaac has. Stole from him to do like a loan or something. And the girl, the journalist, knows about it. She said, hey, if you don't let me come to this party and try to get dirt on him, because he claims that he has dirt, but he doesn't. He's the one that took the money, not Isaac. He's like, if you don't like let me go to this party and get dirt on him, I'm gonna spill your dirt or something like that, you know. And so find out that they're not, whatever. They're fishy, but they're not fishy for that reason. James is fishy, but not for that reason. He didn't kill anyone. And so now they're just like, who could have done it? She doesn't, she automatically is like, well, it wasn't Pippa, because Pippa wasn't there. And then she's like, oh, it wasn't my mom, it wasn't my daughter, whatever. And for a little bit, she questions Lily, but not really. She's like, no, it wasn't Lily. Lily didn't do it. And so they're like, who could it possibly be? So they go searching again. And they know that there are secret rooms because there's one room that's secret, but everyone knows where it is. And then they're like, there has to be other ones. And so there's an extra window outside. So they're like, we know a passageway goes to there. They find that passageway. They can't find the other one. Lily and Pippa help her look for the other secret passageway because Lily and Pippa know the place, okay? But still, literally, like, nothing shows up. And so finally the police arrive. And yeah, police arrive and they're like, hey, we got it from here. You guys go on home. Let us do our job. And literally, they're all leaving. And Pippa's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go Christmas shopping, blah, 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 to help with the stress, whatever. And she goes back, whatever. So Jody is driving away, and then she's like, wait, Pippa, that's weird, blah, 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 blah. She's like, how could Pippa not know where it is? She's been working there forever, blah, blah, blah. And like, I don't know, she's like, something's weird about that. So she stomps on the brakes and she runs back to the house. And then they finally find the passageway to the secret, like, passageway, whatever, the door to the secret, whatever. And they take it and it leads to where Pippa lives. And they're like, it is her. And whatever, they confront her and she's basically like, oh, Isaac, I was with him years ago and it was secret and I ended up having a baby with him, but I didn't want him to know and I didn't want anyone else to know, so I lied and I said it was this guy's and it wasn't his, but I ended up getting married with this other guy and blah 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 blah. But then that guy died and oh, I can't afford my house, I'm about to lose my house. And I see him, he's a millionaire now, and he's paying people off because he's got other people pregnant as well. And so she's like, I got pregnant with him too, let me do that. But she gets denied because a lot of people are claiming that he got them pregnant, but some of them are lying because they know that they could get money from it. So he's just like, whatever, I'm not with her, whatever. So he denies that, and she loses the house because of it. And she's mad, and then she goes to this party because she knows he's gonna be there, and then he doesn't even recognize her, and she's mad about that. She does not like that Isaac doesn't recognize her. And so she's like, haha, I'm gonna pull a prank on him. It was all meant to be a prank, okay? She takes the sword that's hanging up that everyone saw. She takes that sword and she's like, I'm gonna scare them with this. Because they're like, oh, ghosts, oh, spooky, whatever. And she's like, I'm gonna scare him by entering in while he's in the bathroom. I'm gonna sneak into that room and I'm going to put the knife up to scare him so that he thinks that someone came in and whatever. And so she goes into there while he's in the bathroom and she props the knife up using like a belt and she puts it through the pillows. It's a whole thing. And like, so it's like sticking out of the bed, okay? She doesn't know that that's not him in the bathroom, and that's drunk Steve because they switched rooms, okay? Drunk as fuck Steve. Like, I think he took pills too. Like, he was not there, honey bun. And so she quickly leaves. It leaves the bathroom, turns off the light. He's drunk AF. He's not watching where he's going, everything. And he has big feet, so his big ass shoes were sticking out of the bed. And he trips on it, and he falls right onto the sword. And apparently he was alive for a little bit after that, and he was struggling to like get up and everything. That's why the place was kind of a mess, because like around the bed, because he didn't just fall and trip. He like was like trying to like get up, but obviously he couldn't because there's a sword through him. And that's it. That's what happened. Now, a little bit ago, I said my prediction was that because they're finding all these secret passageways, I suspected Pippa from the beginning. Not the beginning, like from the very beginning. I suspected Pippa from the moment they found the body. I suspected Pippa because I was like thinking of other things too, but I was like, my main thing was like, I don't like Pippa. Pippa's a little bit weird. Why does she have a key with her whenever she found the body? Like, what is up with her? After we found out, because I already suspected Pippa, after we found out that there's secret passageways, I was like, she lives not that far. There's probably a secret passageway from the house to her house. And I was right. And then I was also saying to my mom, I was like, I'm gonna be so freaking annoyed if like it was some like accident thing and like it didn't mean to happen and then we find that out later, because I just recently watched the movie Bodies, I'm pretty sure. The one that's like Pete Davidson and stuff. And like, spoiler alert for that too. Like the main thing that happens at the beginning is he gets like stabbed with like a thing and like killed, and now they're like, one of us is a murderer. It's literally the same thing. They're like, one of us is a murderer. Come to find out, he didn't actually, like, it's his neck that got sliced. No one did it to him. He literally like fumbled while he was like playing with it and it sliced his neck, and he's the one that killed himself on accident. And I was like, if it's gonna be like that, I'm gonna be so freaking annoyed. And it was like that, okay? So I gave this book 2 stars because of that. I was like, oh, that is my little book advent wrap up for you guys. Sorry I yapped for a little bit, but I wanted to make sure I had a video where I just yapped about this for a little bit, because I spent all vlogmas almost talking about the book and giving you guys updates, and I felt like we needed a good sit down talk together about it, because otherwise what's the point of, you know, whatever. So I don't think I'm gonna ever read any of these other books, to be honest, at least the ones by her. And then there's a couple other authors that literally do the same thing, where it's a blank murder and like, or a murder at blank, and it's like they just change the theme and they change the names, and I'm gonna guess that it's kind of like the same idea, and I'm just like, I'm not into it. So I'm probably never gonna read another book like this. I'm not saying I'm never gonna read a mystery book. I like those. So if you know any good mystery books, leave it down below. Like, I'm talking mystery books like something tragic happens and the whole time you're trying to figure out like who did it. It doesn't have to just be murder. It could be like you know, like Gossip Girl situation, or like Pretty Little Liars, where you're like, who is the person that's doing this? If you know any good books like that, please leave them down below in the comments. I love a good book like that. I haven't actually read any, but I've watched a few shows like that. But please leave it down below. I am begging you, because after reading this, I want to read one that's good. So, yes. Whew, glad I got that out. Also, I'm gonna try not to yap too much in this video, because I already did that long little thingy. First of all, look how good my nose looks. Although the only thing is, I didn't put on any powder because I didn't want to. If you didn't watch my last video, I did self-tanner on my face for like contour, you know? And then I came to work and I was like, I'm literally gonna put on the lightest amount of makeup to touch it up. Oh, and then I dyed my eyebrows too at the same time. I was like, the plan is to just be able to do like the lightest amount of makeup when I get to work, right? And that's what I did. I literally put on concealer. I put it all on in that video. So I did some concealer. I did a little bit of highlighter on my nose, and then I put freckles on my nose, and that's really it. So the only thing on my nose besides the self-tanner is obviously the freckles and then the highlight. Like, and look how good my nose looks. I'm gonna eat it up, because last time I did it, because I've told you guys I've done this before. I did the self-tanner before, and It does look orange, okay? It can look really orange, and I knew that, but I was like, maybe it's fine. And this time, now I know it's fine because once you add the freckles and everything, it doesn't look that orange anymore. So, we're cooking. But I wanted to show you guys these. I got these at Walmart, obviously, because apparently these are Taylor Swift's favorite candy, and so a lot of people would talk about them, and I was like, interesting. So I was like, let me buy them because I saw them, and like, this is the texture. They're called squashies. This is the texture. It's a very, very soft. It's kind of like a thicker marshmallow, but it's very soft. You can squeeze it, pull it apart, like everything. This is the raspberries and cream one. Well, I don't even like raspberries. These are so good. Like, I really recommend these. Like, it's sweet, but not in the kind of sweet that like hurts your teeth kind of sweet. And it's not like, it's smooth, so it's not like it's gonna get like in your teeth. It's not gonna like be like, oh, that's too much. It's the perfect amount. They're so good. It's Advent time. I think today we have another rainy day series. I think rainy day, we have one of these, and we have, I think, maybe another refreshing one, and then 2 like random ones. But I think those are all that's left of my choices. So let's open it. I hope I don't get a repeat. I guess I went the frog, I guess. The duck is cute. What is that? Is that a duck? It's a little ducky. Oh my god, look how cute that is. That's so cute. That's a win. I'm gonna turn this into a keychain.